Hello everyone, in this exercise you will use polyline, trim, split, and join to create compound curves out of multiple polylines. So to get started, we're working just two-dimensionally, so we can just maximize the top viewport for our viewing pleasure. And we can just start using the polyline command, this icon right here, or we can type the polyline to create just some kooky curves. Then we can start making some other curves that intersect. I don't like that one. Sure. And I'm also going to divide this. Maybe I'll make some islands, actually. Right now I have grid snap-on, which is important because that way I can assure that my start and end point of these polylines are the same. What do I want here? I think I'll make one little blip in it too, and then something like this. Maybe one more island. Maybe even some intersections in the island. Cool. And then I'm going to divide this. I think I'll start here actually. Divide this larger shape. Oops. Divide this larger shape into thirds by doing something like this. Sure. I don't love it, but it's okay. So now we can start using the trim command. So I'm going to select everything. We're going to keep things simple and just use everything to trim everything. Actually, something I always suggest when first starting to understand the command is to initiate the command before you have anything selected. So I'm going to initiate the trim command. Remember, there's two states of the command bar. Inactive and active. When it's inactive, it's ready for a command. When it's active, it's telling you precisely what it wants. So it says select cutting objects. And this is why I like doing initiating the command with nothing selected, is because you can ensure that you follow the steps carefully. Also, when you're learning a command, having the help tab open is nice because it automatically updates to the command you're using. So, select cutting objects. I'm going to select everything. Press enter when done, aka when you have the objects that you want to cut with. I'll press enter. And now I can just click on an object to trim it. So I'm going to bring out, trim out all of what I don't want. Cool. And it's the same selection tools that we already went over. So if we left click on something, it removes it. If we drag over something from right to left, if we nip it at all, it'll remove it. So left to right, can grab both of these at the same time, trim them out. Trim this out, I'll trim this away. Get rid of all of this stuff. Cool. I think we're relatively happy with that. I'm going to now use the join command. I have two separate curves. I can select them both and then join them by typing join, or since this is such a common command, it has a hotkey, Control J. Definitely a good hotkey to remember. I'm going to move this just so it makes a little more sense in the space. I'm going to do the same with this one. Join this, move this one. I don't really know what the purpose of this thing is. It's just some shape. So we have this curve that is already split up. I'm going to select everything and join everything. And that's going to join everything that can be joined. So I'm going to go ahead and copy these two lines, Control C, and I guess that's a command. Copy to clipboard, Control C. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use the split command, or I can type split. And it's asking now for cutting objects. So I'm going to split with this and with this. Now it's broken into these three things. I'm also going to select this and split it with this. So you can see split works similarly to trim, but instead of deleting the extraneous part, it just splits it into the two parts depending on where your cutting curves are. So I am going to select this and this and this and use Control J to join them together. I'm going to select, I'm going to do Control V because remember we copied those a second ago. And I'm going to select this curve. By the way, when you click on something, it brings up this selection menu. It's telling you that you could have clicked on multiple things. Maybe they're right on top of each other, or maybe you're so zoomed out that it doesn't know what you're trying to click on. Or maybe they're so close it doesn't know what you're trying to click on. In this case, and you can just select the one we want. We want this one, and we are going to split it with this curve, not that curve. This curve. Okay, would have been made more sense to copy it after we split it, but you know, what are you going to do? So I want to join it. Now I'm going to select this one, this piece, and this piece, and I'm going to join it. Again, Control J. Cool. And now we have our funky little form that I don't know what the hell it is. That's cool. I'm going to select this and look at that, another command. We're going to use the change layer command that we just learned as well. And we're going to change layer and move that onto one layer, move that onto one layer, and move that onto one layer. Right now I'm just kind of like forcing layer organization. These files are simple enough. This and the previous exercise files are simple enough that there's not really the need for it, but it's a very good habit to be in to organize what you're working on. Or just visualize the difference between these three things. Cool. So we have these three different shapes. And, hold on, mismatched. Beautiful. And that's it. Cool.